Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an episode of Career Mode Goodness, and boy do we have some good stuff for you. So Marco Reus, I was looking for a backup striker and the deal was accepted, which is really good to see. I'm happy with that, and he looks like he could be a really strong sort of substitute striker. I really think that he's going to fit into the team nicely, but we have to wait till hopefully he gets back to us about the contract pretty soon, and we can wrap that deal up. But Barcelona beat me, QPR, for the Copa Europe, as they call it on this game, and a little bit disappointed with that, but you know, it is Barcelona at the end of the day, and I can't do too much about it. But here we are. I am the Portugal manager, and I make a little substitution just because I preferred that player over the other one, but I cannot wait to play games with them. You guys will see me playing Portugal in the coming future. I've got some games up against what is it? Hungary, I think I've got a game against, and just a few European Championship games, so I look forward to that. But another centre midfielder I was interested in was Witsel. Witsel looks fantastic. He is actually, although he's on Benfica on this game, he's actually, I believe he moved over to Zenit. I think it was, or anyway, one of the Russian sides, and that. So if you guys are wondering why he was still on Benfica, it was because I didn't update the squad updates when I started my entire season, so that's why he's over at Benfica at the moment. As you guys know, my current situation is that I don't have a center mid. I actually took a look there at Ramirez, and I kind of thought to myself, maybe I should bring Ramirez back to the team and just see how he would do. But I was like, I've had him once. I don't want sloppy seconds. I'm just I decided against it, but I do manage to pick up Marco Reus as the substitute striker. So I mean, for four strikers, Neymar, El Shaarawy, Muriel, and Reus, that is a solid top four, and I cannot wait to be able to rotate those players, because now, if Muriel, if El Shaarawy, if Neymar gets injured, or their fitness is down or something, I'm going to be more than comfortable bringing in someone like Reus. But some other player that I'm very interested in, that hunt for that centre midfielder, because I'm just not interested in Fellaini at the moment. I took a look at that Jack Wilshere, but I just can't see myself getting him. He is so expensive at the moment. I know he develops into a great player, because I've seen you guys post a lot of really cool sort of photos of your own teams, and a lot of you guys actually had Jack Wilshere. One other player that actually really interested me was Nuri Sahin, and he's not the most paciest, but my god, his passing stats, his just awareness stats were really strong. So for that reason, I chucked in a bid just to see what would happen, but a bit of an underdog, to be honest with you, because I didn't expect myself to actually end up going for him and try him out. And in all honesty, he was one of the people that you guys kind of looked over. You guys didn't really give him any thought, and for me, I think he's a really solid player, so we'll have to see how that develops. We might be able to get him on a good price, but we'll have to wait and see. So that hunt for the center midfielder is coming up. We also have transfer deadline day coming up towards the end of this episode, so we'll have to see if there's any dealings that occur at the last minute. But I had a game against Man City in the Premier League, and boy, are Man City a force and a half at the moment, I'm playing this current 4-3-2-1 formation, and I'm just not quite sold on it. When I played Ultimate Team, this was one of the very first formations I used in the game, and I was just really let down by it, because I know in FIFA 12 a very solid formation. In FIFA 13, not so much. I definitely take the 4-3-3 over the 4-3-2-1 formation, but the 4-3-3 just really doesn't work for my team, because for 4-3-3 you really need just outright wingers. And although Neymar, yes, he could probably play left wing, El Shaarawy and Muriel just really don't fit that sort of role, so I can't really play a 4-3-3. I'm sure I'll find something to kind of come up with it. I might even make a custom formation. That could be interesting to see how that turns out. But Chelsea go ahead and beat Newcastle United 1-0 away from home. That's a pretty solid result from them, but as you guys know, I'm actually really looking to do well this season. Definitely a title contender. That's the plan at the moment. But Arsenal and Real Madrid both come back to me and anally fist me and say, hell no, you're gonna have to pay more than that. And I was a little bit upset with that, because it could have been really nice just to have, if they came back and said my offer for Jack Wilshere was a good to go project, then that would have just been fantastic. But I can't see that coming through whatsoever. I just don't have the money for it. And even with Fellaini mixed into the offer, it's just not good enough. And I can kind of understand that, because I know if I was Arsenal, I probably wouldn't accept this offer either. I also contemplated the idea of a loan. I was just kind of messing around with it. I don't know what your guys' thoughts on a loan are. You guys let me know. Do you think that these sort of full season loans are worth it it, especially when you're a club, you know, that's challenging for the title? Or do you find that the loans tend to work for, you know, some of the less richer teams, some of the teams that don't have the money to spend at the moment? Like, what do you guys think? But yeah, so Real Madrid get back to me and say if I increase it to 5.5 million, they'd let Nuri Sahin go. And obviously, me being me, I wasn't just gonna go and be like, yeah, here's 5.5 million, I'll give me him. I kind of try to meet them in the middle some way and see how it would go, because I knew the one, you know, Jack Wilshere was just never gonna happen. I just don't have the money to spend on him, and it is a little bit disappointing. But a loan offer actually came in for Sam Magri and away to Dortmund, and initially I was like, you know what, this could be really good. It would be really good for the player. But then I kind of thought to myself, I don't have a lot of depth at right back and left back positions. So for that reason, I actually had to decline it. And although I was kind of disappointed with that, because I bet if he had gone to Dortmund, it would have been fantastic for him. He would have come back a much better player. But I just can't risk it as far as the depth of the team goes. You guys know that I am looking to really, you know, have a deep squad and do well this season. So I just couldn't risk it. But they finally decide to accept my offer. Nuri Sahin, this could be the move. It'd be really interesting to see if he does end up coming, and well, that interest is completely gone, because what do you know, he ends up coming because it's transfer deadline day, so everything happens in super fast mode. And yeah, so Nuri Sahin is now the center midfielder. Hopefully he's going to be able to pull some strings for the team. I really can't wait, because I know his passing is just going to be incredible. One center back I was actually interested in was Massey, and the reason why you've only ever heard of him now was because he was one of the most popular center backs in your guys' team. Seriously, there were so many of you who decided to go and get Massey, and that's a little heads up for you guys if you're interested in a really good center back who develops. You know, some of you guys had this Massey guy up to around 89, 90 rated Massey. So if you're interested in a really solid center back that grows well, go ahead and chase him down. He looks to be quite good, but I was just trying to get a bit of depth at the back, and I was kind of, you know, being a little bit risky by trading over 3 million and Traore, because could you imagine if I had Jordi Alba at the team? It would just be incredible. But I wasn't willing to increase my bid anymore, so I just left it at that. And Barcelona were like, it's just not enough, and that's kind of expected. I didn't really expect to go ahead and you know, grab someone like Jordi Alba as well. But that's going to be it for transfer deadline. That's going to be that's going to be it for the whole transfer. Next up is January transfer window, and I really hope I'm going to be contending for this title this year. I'm going to have to step up my game. I'm going to have to beat teams like Manchester City, but now with a solid center midfielder like Nuri Sahin, who will be able to pull the strings of the team. Neymar up top, Muriel, El Shaarawy, Royce, Goetze, Merkel, Adrian, centre backs Lovren and Nastasic, Mbaye, Danilo. It's just looking like a great squad, as well as Ter Stegen. I cannot wait. I hope you guys are just as excited as I am, and I hope you all have a cracking day. I'll see you all later. Bye bye.